Start with Matt Quatraro, who has the first question. We'll start with Annie.
Q, can you give us an update on Cole and kind of how that all came about today?
Well, first of all, it was just cramping in his, I believe it was his left calf. But before that, we should just say how he pitched his butt off. I mean, that was incredible. But yeah, he came off the field. I actually, he was walking by me, and he said something, but I couldn't tell what he said, so I just said, "You're good," like kind of joking with him, like he's definitely going back out there. And then he called me down the tunnel and just said, "Last couple hitters, my leg was cramping," and we've been through this before. It doesn't usually just all of a sudden stop happening, so we needed to make a decision, not a decision. We needed to make a move there. And so we got Sammy ready as quick as we could.
And that was in the sixth that he said, after the sixth that he said that?
Yeah, as he walked by after the sixth.
Any concern moving forward for him?
No, none at all. Yeah, he'll hydrate, he'll do all the stuff they need to do. And it was very mild, but, he was being honest with us because we've been down that road before, and it doesn't usually go well after that.
Matt, sticking in the sixth inning, were you surprised that Brandon Hyde let Burns pitch, or Burns decided to pitch to Bobby? Were you expecting them to walk Bobby there?
I was not surprised. I mean, that guy was incredible today. I mean, he's got incredible stuff. He locates. That's your best pitcher and our best hitter. That's why you play this game, right? But I would have been more surprised if he walked him.
Go to Jalen on your left, man.
Hey, Q, the aggressiveness of Maikel Garcia, what kind of significant role did that play in helping you guys scratch across that run in the sixth?
Yeah, that was the difference. He works a tremendous at bat for the walk, steals second, scores on the hit. That is the difference in the game, and we know that's his capabilities. We know how good he is at stealing bases, and everyone does, right? I mean, it's no secret, but to be able to execute there and for be in scoring position for Bobby we'll take that chance every day of the week.
Manager Q, the cumulative effort from your pitching staff, a shutout on the road from guys who've never been in this situation before?
Yeah, what do you say? I mean, the start from Cole sets the tone, right? I mean, the efficiency, clearly if he doesn't cramp there, he's going to go back out. We get Sammy ready in a hurry. They gave him, some extra time because we told him he was coming out because of an injury. But 10-pitch inning for Sam Long after getting behind 2-0 to the first hitter. Bubic, he just keeps improving. That's a tough – I haven't seen the pitches, but a tough walk to Henderson. That's a great at-bat. Henderson has really good at-bats. And then Ursig, coming in the biggest spot of his career, keeping his nerves calm, and then – that's a long time to sit in the top of the ninth for nothing. We didn't end up scoring, and he has to go back out there and face O'Hearn's one of the elite pinch hitters in the game, and then so on and so forth down the line there. But every pitch is just monumental there, and couldn't be more proud of those guys.
Go to Gabe on your right, Matt.
For two guys in their first playoff game and looking at the situations they got through after the scratch double, what did you see from Cole at that point? And then obviously Ursig in the at-bat to Santander, how good was he there?
Yeah, well, even Mullins led off that third inning with a double, and Cole pitched around that. Coming around to the top of the order there, that's incredible. But the first and third, the 3-pitch strikeout, you could tell he was bearing down right there. And then we know how good Henderson is at the plate, and to get the strikeout there that's enormous for us. And you could see the emotion on Cole's face, and gave the dugout a huge boost.
Go to Annie.
Q, could you see any emotion from Ragans at all going out to the mound to start this thing? Given that this is his first playoff appearance, and
I don't think so. My interaction with him today, was. We were dealing with the weather there, and so I communicated with him a few times, but he seemed very calm. Who knows what he was like on the inside. I'm sure you guys will ask him, but, I felt really good when I saw those first two fastballs be 97, 98, and in the zone. So the fact that he was controlling his emotions and able to execute right out of the gate, The other thing that really made me feel good was the 7-pitch second inning. It got him back on track, and because it looked like Burns. I mean, he just threw one strike after another, so we didn't want that pitch count to get up.
And then, sorry, just one more. If you could describe the atmosphere today in a 1-0 game and kind of how you managed through that at the end too, just being able to get that game 1 win.
Yeah, you definitely want game 1, right? And we did just enough on the offensive side. The pitching was remarkable. The atmosphere was great. I mean, you could tell right away, right from the anthem when they scream, "Oh," it was loud. But it helps when you're not letting them get on the board to keep things in check. So other than that, these are great fans. We know it's a great baseball city, and it's fun to be in this environment.
I think we have 3 more, Jalen.
How pleased were you with some of the defensive plays out there? Tommy Pham's sliding catch, a couple of plays from Bobby as well.
Well, Tommy, that's a great play right there. It was an early in the count swing to get a quick out. That's a difference maker there. The other one, Bobby's play on Santander, that ball was probably spinning like crazy. So to be able to take his time, he went down with 2 hands and made a strong throw. I mean, that's a huge spot in the game.
Michael?
Yep. I'm sure you've answered a million questions about Salvador Perez's leadership, but I was struck by him going out to the mound in that middle of that bat with Urseg out there in the 9th inning. What is having a leader like that on the field do for you, particularly with, in partnership with a really explosive, excitable closer?
Yeah, well, I'm glad you noticed that because Salvi does that frequently. He knows the right times. He understands, he's been doing this a long time. He understands his role on this team as a leader. And he doesn't just go out there to go out there. He goes out there when he's got something to say and understands that he can make a difference. You probably won't see it here, but he also does it when he's playing first base. He'll go from first and understand that this is the right time. He's a tremendous person, a tremendous leader. But in those instances, that's the guy we want out there to understand what's happening.
We'll finish up with Rustin back center.
Q, just to go back to Cole for a moment, we've seen the numbers he's put up the last year and a half, but what kind of confidence boost did he bring to the clubhouse, just his presence since he got here last year?
Well, I think when he got here, I don't know if any of us knew what was ahead, but we were excited to get him. We had heard really good things, and then once August hit last year, it was remarkable. I mean, American League Pitcher of the Month. I think I might have mentioned, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, the fact that Cole approached the offseason and spring training like he was trying to make the team and didn't even entertain the thought that he might be the opening day starter will tell you something about his humility and his growth mindset and his ability to continue to improve. And that's why we've seen, as you know, baseball season's a long haul, right? So he's gone through his ups and downs. He's had a couple bumps in the road here, but this is what makes it all worthwhile for him to be able to go out there, step up, and show what he can do on a national stage.
Matt, thanks so much. Congrats on your first postseason win.
Appreciate it.
All right, we'll get started with Cole Ragans, and we'll start with Annie, 4th row in the middle, Cole.
Hey, Cole, can you just describe what you felt in the 6th inning and then coming in the dugout and telling Q that maybe your calf had cramped up?
Yeah, I just felt it kind of grabbing a little bit. Didn't want to push it too far, want to be healthy. Plan on having, quite a few more starts. So just didn't want to push it to where it ends up, being something more serious than it needs to be.
Was it something where you could have gone out, but obviously looking toward the future?
If we wanted to push it potentially, but I didn't want to push it. Felt, it was there. Like it was every pitch. I could feel it there for the last, batter or two.
Go to Jalen on your left.
Hey, Cole, going through in that 5th inning there, being able to work around the double and the walk, what was just the thought process, game plan facing McCann and then going and facing Henderson?
Execute. Trust the guys behind me, trust Sal back there behind the dish and just try to execute, Those guys behind me are really good. So just, try to execute, get some weak contact, something like that, and, keep the game close.
Cole, I know it's a short playoff series, so there's a lot of adrenaline anyway, but do you get amped up to face somebody like Burns more than if it's just somebody else?
I don't really get amped up to face an opposing pitcher. It's more so the hitters. Like I said, I can't control what Burns does. Obviously, he's a really good pitcher. He's been a really good pitcher. Everybody knows that. So it's more so, I do my homework on the hitters, and I try to execute my pitches.
Second row, your left, Cole.
Hey, Cole, we saw, speaking of amped up, a lot of emotion out of you. Just talk about the emotion you had out there on the mound and the atmosphere in this game one.
Yeah, first and third one out, and I don't know if it was 1-0 yet or not, but it's just that's a big spot in the game. Felt like I executed my pitches well, and got out of a jam right there. So let a little bit out, but yeah.
We'll stay there.
You said that you were feeling it with every pitch, the cramping in your leg, and Matt Quatraro was talking about how he could see the emotion on your face, bottom of the sixth. Were you fighting to get through the sixth inning? What was going on?
Yeah, that's get a shutdown inning right there to keep the momentum on our side. So just trying to execute my pitches, get some weak contact, early contact, and get back in the dugout.
Go to Chelsea, 5 rows on your right, Cole.
You mentioned you don't really care about who the opposing pitcher is, but when you get into that game and it's 0-0, then 1-0, does that change a lot for you? How much did the score kind of affect the way you went about things?
I feel like regardless of the score, I still have to execute my pitches and get guys out. So it's just same game plan, regardless if it's 0-0 or it's 6-0. It's I still got to execute. I still got to throw strikes and trust the guys behind me.
We'll go to Gabe.
In terms of kind of toggling between controlling your emotions and maybe leveraging your emotions, did you find yourself kind of going back and forth between like trying to maintain the slow heartbeat and then tapping into the adrenaline that was out there in a game like this?
Yeah, just trying to, it's the same game we've played all year. It's just a little louder, that kind of stuff. So just trying to, control my breathing, not try to do too much. What we've done as a team to get to this point is it's good enough. It's what's got us here. So just trying to, not do too much and, go out there and execute.
Go to Jalen in the third row.
Cole, what'd you see pretty much out of your teammate, your bullpen teammates, Sam Long, Chris Bubich, Lucas Ursay, to kind of hold the lead and protect it for you at the end of the game?
Yeah, they're incredible. They've been incredible. They're fun to watch. It's just filling it up, going at guys. Like I said, they're unbelievable and they're fun to watch.
Britt in the back center, Cole.
Cole, when you're playing a series that's this short, essentially it's a sprint. I know game one's always important, but for you guys to come in here in enemy territory and take game one, what does that mean, and what is kind of the mood in the clubhouse right now?
Yeah, this team is special. It's fun to be around. We know what we're capable of, and it's just, everybody's pulling for everybody, everybody's pushing everybody, and it's just so much fun to show up and play for these guys every single day. So, we know what's on the line, and, we want to play baseball for another month, so it just show up every day, and we pull for each other and trust each other.
Anything else for Cole? Annie.
Kind of along those lines, pitching has been such a big part of the identity of this team all year, none more so than today. What have you felt the biggest differences as a staff going from last year to this year as a whole to make the season what it has been?
When you bring in guys that have been here before, they've pitched in the playoffs, they know what it takes throughout the year to get to this point and continue to go further than this. There's so much knowledge in that clubhouse with guys. Lugo, Waka, Will Smith, Strat, all those guys that have, they've been around for a while. And they're unbelievable humans. It's so easy to talk to them about, certain things, about, hey, what do you change anything here, or what would you do here, and that kind of stuff. I feel like that's so big, just having guys that you can, lean on and talk to about stuff like that. And it's obviously they're unbelievable baseball players, but they're even better human beings.
One last one for Cole. All right, Cole, congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Maikel, congratulations on a great game. Luis is going to help us with translation. If you need the answers in English and Spanish, just let us know before you ask your question. Who's up first? We'll start with Annie in the middle, guys.
Hey, Maikel, when you get on base, how quickly are you looking to take the bag there, and how much of is that a part of your game, your identity?
Cuando te envasas, que tan rápido buscan robar base, ¿cómo forma parte de tu identidad ese tipo de jugada?
Conociendo al pitcher y ya sabemos quién es Bourne y sabemos que él es lento para el home. Y la idea era de que llegáramos a base, de tratar de robarle la base.
You got to study the pitcher. We knew that he was slow going to the plate, and we were all looking to get on base and go to second.
Go across the way to Chelsea.
Given how well Burns was pitching, when you were able to work that walk, are you immediately thinking, I got to get to second because this is our shot to score?
Con lo bien que estaba pichando Burns, ¿tú piensas que cuando trabajaste con ese boleto era automático llegar a segunda para poder anotar una carrera?
Sí, yo le dije a los compañeros míos de que yo llegue a base, me voy a robar la segunda porque sé que él es lento y sabemos que él es un buen pitcher y tenemos que tratar de anotar una carrera.
Yeah, I told everybody, all my teammates, we know he's a good pitcher, and as soon as I worked that walk, I was automatic. I was just trying to go to second base.
All right, who's up next? I'll go to Annie and then Jeff.
We've talked about this before, just getting on base for Bobby and Vinny and Salvi. How much does that change without Vinny in the last month, and getting him back today? Just getting those three back in the lineup. What does that do for you guys?
Hemos hablado de esto antes. Sin Vinny en el line-up, se trata de envasarse para Bobby, para Salvi. ¿Cómo se ha sentido estas últimas 2 semanas sin Vinny en el line-up y ahora con él incluyendo?
Sí, fue un reto bastante difícil. Él es un buen bateador con gente en posición anotadora y ahora que lo tenemos en el line-up, el line-up dio un gran cambio.
It was a challenge in the past couple of weeks. He's a great RBI hitter, and with that challenge, we moved on, and now that he's back in the lineup, we definitely got an upgrade.
Seated back left, Jeff.
Maikel, you've gotten to play with Cole all season long. What is it that makes him such a good pitcher, and what particularly today did you see that was working?
Los has visto pichar toda la temporada. ¿Qué crees tú que le estaba sirviendo hoy en comparación con cómo ha estado todo el año?
El pitcher.
Ragans? Yes. El pitcher de nosotros.
Sí, él lo demostró toda la temporada y creo que hizo un tremendo trabajo hoy, lo demostró en la temporada también y bueno, hoy demostró que él está hecho para estos momentos y nosotros confiamos en él.
He showed it all year. We have trust in him since the beginning, and he proved today that he belongs in an environment like this.
We'll go to Jalen on your left, guys.
Maikel, how was your first experience playing in a playoff environment in the big leagues, like, in your opinion?
¿Cómo se siente la primera experiencia de jugar un primer juego de playoff?
Mira, ya vengo de jugar en Venezuela y es un poquito diferente aquí, pero creo que ya tengo esa mentalidad y sé que no puedo tratar de hacer muchas cosas porque las cosas no van a salir y yo solo un juego más y divertirme.
I got to play in a big stage in Venezuela, and it's different, but you just think about it being the same game and just trying to get hits and get on.
We'll stay right there.
How confident does it make you when you're on bases or when you see a teammate on base and then you see Bobby or Vinny or Salvi get in the batter's box?
¿Qué tanta confianza tienes cuando estamos en base y vemos bateadores como Bobby o como Salvi o como Vinny en la caja de bateo?
Sí, ellos lo demostraron toda la temporada. Bobby y Salvi impulsaron 100 carreras, Vinny no pudo porque se lesionó. Y bueno, no cualquier jugador de Grandes Ligas impulsa 100 carreras y ellos lo demostraron toda la temporada.
They prove all season that they can get RBIs, and 2 of them got 100 RBIs. Vinny didn't because he got hurt, and you know that they're good hitters when they step into the box.
Go to Jake, 5 rows on your right.
You mentioned that you played winter ball in Venezuela and that was kind of a similar experience. How did today's playoff atmosphere compare to the games that you played for Tiburones?
Jugaste en el off-season, en la temporada con los Tiburones. ¿Cómo se compara ese escenario con el escenario que estaba aquí hoy en la noche?
Casi similar, solo que en Venezuela la gente no se calla, no paran, siempre están hablando. Aquí, a medida que los pitchers van lanzando, el escenario se queda en silencio.
It's a bit different. It's louder. It seems like people don't go quiet in Venezuela. Here, they get a little quiet in between pitches, so you can definitely notice it.
Anything else from Maikel?